This one's from Patreon supporter KMFNJ. How you doing, man? How do you know when something is done? I feel like I'm a perfectionist, so I have that ugly problem of polishing and polishing but not shipping. Is there some trick to know when the code, animation or music is done? That's an absolutely fantastic question. Often our biggest strengths are also our biggest weaknesses. And having an eye for quality as you describe is a fantastic skill to have. And mixed effectively with restraint and good game design practices and philosophies, then you can position yourself in a very powerful way to make successful games. It's a great combination of skills to have in your arsenal. But if you can't find that balance, then it could all be in vain. And I know this myself because I myself struggle with this affliction deeply. You know, I will over-polish some aspect of my level long before the core mechanics are in place. You know, I'll spend time working on a flower or a patch of grass, making it bounce when the player walks through it. But, you know, there's so much more work left in the game that I need to attend to, and this kind of really bogs you down. It looks nice though, right? And I understand because we want to get excited about the project. We want to feel it. So we want to add all those nice things early on. But I've also learnt that over-polishing in these aspects too early can also fatigue the project to our own eyes, and we can lose excitement about it. Because we've shown all the cards. We've revealed most of the nice stuff to ourselves already. And there's something to be said about intentionally using crude or simple graphics in that early phase of making the game. And then later, when all those core systems are in place, swapping out those graphics with the nice ones. And this is a great reveal, and you're like, wow, this looks so cool. Over-polishing graphics too early can also distract from the game design development. Because in those early stages, we need to know if the game design flow stands on its own 2 feet without being propped up by the graphics. So having the graphics there can kind of create this illusion that the game is better than it is, but we need to know if the game plays well. So taking all those nice things away and just using like what is called a grey box design philosophy early on, where you just kind of block things in with simple squares and primitives, we know for sure if the game is fun, because a good game should be fun even with ugly graphics. And if it is fun with ugly graphics, then you know you're onto a good thing. And then you know once you add those good graphics, then this game's going to be twice as good. So think of it that way. I mean, my best advice in terms of how to structure this process, I would say definitely like write it down, have some kind of roadmap. Broad strokes is the way that you should be doing it. Think of an artist with a canvas and a brush. They don't do the fine details first. First they'll block in the background with like a thick brush, some blue, and then they'll go in and maybe make the form factor of the trees with a green, or maybe if they're drawing a person, they'll get the brush and do the skin color. And then at the very end, they'll start going in with a fine brush, doing the polish, working on all the little details and the little shading. So that's the way you should be working, in that kind of order. And in terms of when is something finished, and it's very subjective and it's highly dependent on the type of a game you're making and where you want to take it. But I'll take this opportunity to invoke a great quote from Leonardo da Vinci. And Leo said, "Art is never finished, only abandoned." Think about that.